Ginger from My Sister's Scrapper. Today I want to share a fun little project that I created. I am a huge fan of the memory deck system that Heidi Swapp has. She put out a while ago and then it was gone and now it's back. And anyway, I've always wanted to do one. So what I wanted to do this year for my little countdown, every year I do a countdown project at Christmas time for my grandkids, although they're getting pretty big now. So I did a memory decks this time. So I used for my little thing here, I know it's an oldie and I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm just holding out for a vintage Santa. I used the 8x8 paper pad of the Graphic 45 St. Nicholas paper. And I also used this is when they had 6x6 patterns and solids, and I did use a couple of the 12x12 patterns and solids. At the time they had both of them. So that's what I used to create this, and then I used some solid craft cardstock and stuff for my stash. The base of my project is, I actually in my stash had this it was a little kit that I had got on the clearance rack, and it was Heidi Swapp. It was like a memory decks little kit, and it came with this cute little 5 by whatever box, and it was black and white striped. It was adorable, and I was going to use it with Kaleidoscope. But then I did Kaleidoscope in something else, and I thought, well, I really want to use this box. So what I did was I used the patterns and solids from the collection, and I covered the black and white striped box up, and to disguise some of the corners, I did use some of the Graphic 45 metal corners here. I used 2 on the front, and then I used 2 on the back. And then I had to have the cute little claw feet just because, you know, they're adorable. I added a strip of the border here, of the paper here and here. And then as well as on the back, I used one of the chipboard elements, added some of the Graphic 45 flatback matte gems right there. And then I got it a little full. I did days 1 through 24. I wanted to do one for 25 and also have a cover thing, but it's a little thick. I used a little bit too much foam tape. So, you know, I might like do the first 15 days and then, or the first 12 and do half and half, but I haven't decided yet. So I also on the front layered up some of the Graphic 45 metal pieces. I used one of the antique door plates, and I layered on one of the door pulls, and then this is one of the Graphic 45 red roses from the rose bouquet, and then these are 2 little rosebuds I had in my stash. Another chipboard element that says St. Nicholas. I kind of just stuck those in there, and then on the bottom portion here of the box, I used Graphic 45 had washi tape that came in 3. You get 3 to a pack, and they're 3 different sizes, and I used the smaller one with the black and the gold. I thought that kind of matched the collection. Just to go around the bottom edges, I did put some paper on the bottom because it had Heidi Swapp's cute little handwriting on the bottom there. And then on the inside of the box, I did leave it plain. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these out so you can see the inside of the box is black, which was fine with me, but what I liked about it was the pegs or the spokes right here were gold and they're square. Now, there are several tutorials. If you can't find a box, you can always use the actual Rolodex one, if you can find one of those. Or you can always make your own box, and there's several tutorials out there on how to make your box. But what I want to show you today is my cute little cards. And what I did for my little piece here is I used this is a tip for you. If you don't want to cut cards, my cards there was an SVG file that I purchased from an Etsy shop to make the layering. So you get the base of the memory decks file, you get a mat, you get 2 layering mats. So that's what I used to cut mine out, and I cut them out on my electronic die cutting machine. But check this out. You can use your packaging from Graphic 45. So this is your tip right here. Your Graphic 45 packaging. This is from the door pulls, obviously. And then I just cut it down because it's their perfect width, and I just cut it down to a certain size. I just kind of lined it up with some of the others and thought, oh, that's what I'm going to do. And then you can use the Graphic 45 die to cut the paper to go on top of it, like I did on this one. This was my one that I was going to use. I wanted to use one of the tags for the front and one for number 25, but it's a little full. So what you can do is then you can either they have a punch out that's very hard to find as well, but you can also just put it in there and you can mark it with a pencil and just use a regular hole punch and then just cut up between the circles. Use a 1/4" hole punch right here. It does the same thing. But I thought this was really cute because I am going to, you could also, if you want to do like a calendar, these could be your month divider tabs. I mean, how cute would that be? So like what I did on this, I mean, these are all ready to go. And I just went ahead and cut me some paper. So you can do like a calendar. These could be the tabs for your calendars. You could do January, February through whatever. But what I did on the one for here is I took it and I decided I wanted it to be a little bit taller than these oval shaped ones. So what I did was I took this, I cut off 1 1/4 inches from the bottom edge, and then I die cut the full thing here, and I cut it off 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. That way I got a little mat. So when you layer it, you will have a little mat. And then what I did is I glued it on top first before I punched the holes. Now these, the packaging is pretty thick, but it will punch. You just got to put it on a table and punch down really hard. But put your paper on first and then punch. That way you'll get a border like I did on this one right here. If you don't care about the little border on the bottom, you could go ahead and glue this on here first before you've cut it off. We'll just use this one for example. So you take your packaging, you die cut your mat, and you put it in there, and then put it and glue it down first, and then trim it off from this edge 1 1/4 inches. And then with it already glued together, you could punch it out. You just wouldn't have that little border around the bottom. So I kind of wanted the border, so I did it in 2 separate steps. I cut my tag first, and then my mat, and then I glued it on, and then I punched it out. So there's your little tip. You can use, oh my gosh, use your packaging. I thought this was a great idea for packaging because, you know, I hate to throw those tags away because they, you know, the dies fit. You can use them. So here we go. They're pretty simple, and here's your second tip. You're going to get 2 tips in this little video. If you plan to do something like this, or a calendar project, or you plan to do a December daily that's going to be something small like this, try to make it go faster. For me is I try to do like something similar on all of the cards. So I left the back, that's going to be for my photo and my journaling, so that's why there's nothing back there. But like on number 1, I decided I was going to use, since there's 24, I wanted to do 2 different patterns. So I did a red, and I wanted to use traditional colors, so I looked at the paper collection, and I did a green and I did a red, and then there's also the gold. So I decided to mat the green and the red every other one, and then I picked out 2 pattern papers. One that I thought went with the green, which would be the plaid here, and then this holly here that went with the red. So then I decided, well, I wanted to add the gold, so I did a band here, and then whatever mat I used here, I did the opposite of, and then I did a little punch tab here, and that matched this mat. So then it makes it go together, and then whatever other decorating you want to do is fine, but keep it consistent so it's a little more cohesive, so when you go to pull them out, and it does make it go a lot faster. Instead of trying to come up with a design for 24 different little cards, this is how I opted to do it. Was I had a base plan, and then I went through my chipboard pieces, and they're pretty simple because, again, it's a small area. So you got your mat here, your plaid, your little border strip right here with your little tab, and then I use a little circle punch, and these little letters go through your stickers from Graphic 45 because these little letters are 1 through 31, and they're actually, if you look at like 15 and 16, I didn't have to put the numbers together. They were from a Children's Hour sticker sheet, so that's where those came from. I got to use those. That was kind of fun. And then a chipboard element here, and then the numbers going to be in the corner. So there's number 1, and then again I did every other one. So here's number 2. Again, just a little chipboard element here. Everything, the design elements are all the same. So if you look at them. And then number 3, I added, there was a little sheet that had cute little Santa stamps. And again, I'm holding out for Vintage Santa. I'm hoping in 2020 there's going to be a Vintage Santa collection from Graphic 45. Hint, hint, hint. So a cute little stamp here, another chipboard piece. Again, I tried to keep everything pretty consistent. There's number 4 and 5. So it's super simple, but it is so cute. And, you know, I really like doing one of these just to capture the days of my grandbabies. Well, they're not babies anymore, but anywho's. And there's number 8. And I've popped these in and out several times. They do, you know, last pretty long. Super cute. Again, some more little chipboard here. So I use chipboard and paper, just what I had left in my stash. Again, another cute little cutout stamp. There's number 11. And then we've got 12. So they just slide forward like this. 13. And then we have 14. They just snap into place. 15, a cute little button right there from the chipboard elements. 16, again, I really wanted that cute little Santa on there, and so I just cut him off at the bottom and stuck him in there at the bottom at the last minute behind this right here. So 16, and then we have 17. Added some matte gems here because I was kind of running out of some chipboard pieces when I got down to 18. So again, the colors of the cute Graphic 45 matte pearl gems is lovely because you get all 3 colors in one pack. I used the black ones and the gold ones for this because I thought the gold matched the papers really well. Another little chipboard element. Another fussy cut element here. This is one of the larger stamps, and another cute little chipboard piece. And then here was a scrap of the cute little black with gold paper, and I had one of these buttons left that was black. So I made a little fishtail banner right there. And then we got to 23. I was saving the last 2 larger chipboard pieces that had Santa. So here's Santa checking his list on December 23rd. And then on December 24th, there he is. There's a little girl sleeping, waiting for Santa Claus. He's got all of her presents ready. So yay. And I really wanted to do a number 25, but I think I just got it a little too full. So that's my cute little Memorydex box with my using the Graphic 45 tag as an actual Memorydex card. So there's your tip. So there you have it, everybody. That's my cute little St. Nicholas Memorydex countdown project. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Bye.